That's how you fucking start a game.
TJ Weber.
I am him. Get your ass on the air and let's pick something.
Big Web.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel.
Zach Zook.
Yeah, my picks have been shit this year.
Changing it. Oh. He's taking it off. Nick Yale. From the 50.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into this edition of From the 50. We are live from the St. Louis, Missouri studios here on Week 6 of the NFL. We're live on YouTube on the From the 50 football channel. We're also live on TikTok. You can follow us everywhere at From the 50. And I fucking hate the Jacksonville Jaguars. How you doing, boys?
Good.
Doing good.
Good. we're doing well, but the Jacksonville Jaguars are still in this football.
They're not in the game. They fumbled 3 times, something like that. Caleb Williams looks like he's the next coming of God right now. And anybody that took money line like I did with Jacksonville is shitting themselves right now.
And it's not the fourth quarter yet, so.
I have to agree with TJ.
Look at Nick.
One.
Nick, your team is just, screwing me, brother. Screwing me.
Hey, I've given up the Jaguars already today, and I'm just rooting for Cole Kmet touchdowns. He's on my fantasy team. Just keep beating Cole Kmet.
Hey, I'll give you the same advice I gave to the orangutan on a cliff.
Okay.
Hang in there.
I don't have the joke button. That was terrible. I didn't even deserve the joke button.
You got to start here, and then
Get up a little bit. So I hope the better ones are coming.
They're coming.
If you guys got jokes yourself, you can call in. You can leave a voicemail. Webercontent.com/from the50. You can also comment here on TikTok or also on YouTube.
It's already been kind of a classic start. Big Web with the dad jokes. Nick rooting for his fantasy team.
Look at how big Nick's head looks. Like, normally his head's massive. He's, like, right up in our grill today. Look at this shit. Like, it's going to scare the audience.
I just think it's good framing of the camera.
High definition Nick. I love it.
If there's like a bobblehead artist, he ought to clue in right on that. He can have everything he needs.
It's true. It's true. Big Web and Zook in studio for the first time together this season. Is that right?
I think that's right.
Beautiful.
This is
we
nice.
missed a couple times early.
I missed a couple.
Yeah, and then I missed a couple after that.
Yeah. I mean, Nick, way to go. Thanks for not flying in to have everybody in studio.
It took 6 weeks to get everybody on the show, minus Ace, who's still out because his picks suck.
Yeah, we hire Ace as a producer, and he's gone most of the season. So wonderful. In
Nice
typical
job.
show fashion.
That's a nice gig.
It is a nice gig.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got it made over there. Will Pollard get over 60? That's from Brian. I'll be honest, I haven't heard shit about Tony Pollard this year. I haven't heard shit. Has he been good? Anybody?
He's been
Tennessee.
okay.
I forgot what team he was on. Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee.
That's what you get on this show. We know what teams people are on.
Who are they playing? Who are the Titans playing today? Colts?
Colts.
They're playing the Colts.
Big time matchup in the AFC South.
I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say yes. Tony Pollard does get over 60.
Just because Indy blows.
Katrina says, "Oh, Blue Hat is such a cutie. Can you guys pinch his cheek?" Zook, you got a woman named Katrina that wants a piece.
Nice.
What's up, Katrina?
Clip that.
What's up, Katrina?
Can you top that? Let's see. Mooney, Olave, Deontay Johnson in the flex. That's from Kevin. What do we think?
Mooney, Johnson.
Olave doesn't have a quarterback today.
Oh, Spencer Rattler having a day today. That's one of my hot
Probably
takes.
so.
Yeah.
I'm going to Mooney on the Falcons.
Okay.
So, see, TJ, you just bet on the Jaguars, and you go. Wait, you said Mooney's going to have a day.
No.
You said Rattler?
I said Rattler.
Yeah, okay.
I said,
never
you
mind.
heard right.
So, yeah. You
think I'm
bet
on
on the
one today,
Jaguars,
just
and you're
to-
like, oh, Rattler's going to go off today.
Yeah,
and
I
so
think
about
I'm
the
on
time
one
he
today.
throws his third first-half interception, you're
This is
going
going
to
to be a good
be
shot.
like, Spencer Rattler, stupid Saints.
Let me ask you this, though. Okay, who has a worse start today? Him or Drake? Almost said Drake London. Drake May. Almost said Drake Moore. Who the fuck is he? Drake May.
Yeah,
God,
that's a good call.
Hey,
Drake May. Sorry, Nick. Couldn't be
figure
sorry.
it out. Jesus. Probably Spencer Rattler. I'm not as high on Spencer Rattler, although we'll see today. I don't know. He's got good weapons.
Nice, good take.
New Orleans is having some line issues, too, so there might be a little, frustration,
Yeah,
pressure on the Rattler.
We'll see what
Try not
happens.
to win my picks too early, TJ.
Did we even answer the gentleman's question? We take
Yeah,
a question, we turn it into our own. But
I said Mooney on the Falcons.
you said Mooney. Mooney's actually been pretty solid. I feel like Kirk likes Mooney. I like that.
Usually gets the
Falcons
deep
will
ball
have a day
too.
today.
Like he seems to be a go-to target in the end zone. Like
a lot.
yeah.
Max says start 2, Montgomery, Pollard, or Connor. I mean, Montgomery and Connor, and I don't know why you're asking me that question. Come on, man. Come on. That's the easiest
I don't
question
know.
of all
I
time.
might start Pollard and Connor over Montgomery. Even Montgomery's been decent, but it gets all the touches in the end zone. But I feel like sometimes Montgomery is dependent on the touchdown. So
Yeah.
I feel like they'll use Pollard a lot more volume. But what's your take on Montgomery though?
I mean, he's a walking touchdown. You got to keep betting him until he doesn't score.
You agree with me though that he's like more used in the red zone than?
Well, the thing is, like, it's, last year was more him or Gibbs. One would go off and the other. I mean, sometimes they would both go off, but usually one or the other would get in the end zone more than the other guy. This year, it's definitely Montgomery. I mean, inside the 5, it's not a lock, but he will get the ball inside the 5.
But he's red zone dependent, though.
I know, but he also gets in the fucking red. Like, he gets in the end zone. Like, that's the thing, is Montgomery's an automatic anytime touchdown bet for now. I mean, you put it on Monty because he was knocking on wood. He must have Monty all over the fucking place. Yeah, my bet's still looking.
Your touchdown bet for the whole year, rushing touch, isn't it what it is?
$30 to pay 1,000. The Lions.
That's good odds
to score one rushing touchdown in every single regular season.
You made it how far last year? You made it pretty far.
Week 9, I think.
Week 9. That's not bad.
So we're getting there. You just got to keep doing what they do. But you get to a game where they played Seattle last year, and they get to the fourth quarter. They hadn't score any touchdowns, and I'm like, what are we doing here? And then we lost it. Mm-hmm. But it was fun. I mean, $30 to pay 1,000 is a hell of a bet. You know what I mean? So I did bet today. You guys will like this. $1 to pay 100 on 2 bets. Everybody in the noon slate scoring a rushing touchdown, every team. And then it was noon and the 3 o'clocks to score 1 passing touchdown, every team. So 1 to pay 100, $1 to pay $100.
That's great odds.
It seems way too easy. It doesn't hit.
I'm taking it.
I kind of like it.
I'm gonna put 10 on it.
A rushing touchdown in every noon game.
So it's 2 separate bets. The rushing touchdown at every noon game. Every team has to have a rushing touchdown. Not every game. Every team has to have a rushing touchdown. $1 to pay 100.
Where'd you find this at?
The Blue Book. Kelly Blue
Book. The Browns will not.
Okay.
The Browns will not be scoring a rushing touchdown.
What's the odds on just the straight up the touchdown? Every team just to get a touchdown.
I didn't see that one, but I'm sure it's out there. Okay. But I only saw it was plus whatever the money is. What's $1 to pay 100?
I like that
10,
a little bit
000,
better.
I think.
But
yeah, well, it's got to be a live
100 to 1, so I guess it would be plus 10,000.
Plus 10,000. That's what it was. But anyway, fun bet. What are you gonna do? Fun bet for $1. Speaking of $1, we're gonna do our Hail Mary parlay of the week coming up. We were, I tell you what, we've made it interesting early on. We've missed by like 1 or 2 the last 3 weeks at noon.
Look good.
What?
I said the early windows have looked good.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And once you get past those early games, 3 o'clock comes rushing in. You go, oh baby, we got a shot at this. $1. All we put is $1. Sometimes to pay $1,200. I think one of these motherfuckers is going to hit one of these weeks.
What if we did a round robin on that? Maybe we could win 12 bucks.
No, that's not what the Hail Mary is about. Nick, can you explain the Hail Mary to me?
$1 Hail Mary. It's all or nothing.
All or nothing.
You can't start mixing it because we start round robin in this shit, and then we end up like breaking even at the end of the day because we end up spending
the Bears so much.
Round robin.
I got you.
Big Web, is it over yet?
Oh my God, I think so now.
Yeah.
I stayed away from that. I slept in, man.
Nick, I will never bet on the Jacksonville Jaguars again. This is
I don't know why
horrendous.
you bet on them today. They're not good.
They are. They had a week last week.
They're not
Peterson's
good.
coaching for his job, and they're in London, which is basically another home stadium for them usually.
I actually checked. I did pick the CBS games on time, and I did pick the Jaguars because I thought they're at their home away from home.
Tell me about
That's at least worth a couple points.
It doesn't mean shit. As a Jacksonville Jaguars fan that would totally use that take to say that we're going to win the ball game today, I don't agree with that at all. Trevor Lawrence is just not a good quarterback.
Oh, wow. Takes plenty this Sunday.
He's never had a Lawrence jersey, though. He's always had Minshew.
He's got a Lawrence one now, don't you?
No, I have an ETN, and I have a Louis and a Gardner Minshew.
Who is that, Big Web?
Louis Vuitton?
Louis Vuitton, yes.
Yeah, that
sells great bags.
A great bag. He's a running back with a bag.
Yeah.
I love a Louis Vuitton.
For 2 years straight in 2022 and 2021.
So you've got their linebacker and their backup running back.
Correct, yeah.
Wow. That's a fan right there.
It was more on the clearance rack.
That's why it was. You got him for half off, right?
I got a Minshew mania. No, Foyer's
you have to
jersey
get a Bigsby jersey now.
You're talking about a guy who's going to move to London when they move there. He's going to move there, and the Missouri Tigers are moving there.
Oh,
all 3 of them. Yep. Look,
Hey,
he would go. He would go. Look at him.
Good win against UMass yesterday.
Big win. UMass, real good football team.
Big win.
Did you see their punter? Holy shit. Our JV punter in high school was better than that guy. That was crazy.
Well, it's because of the wind. Winds are 25 miles an hour up there. That's why.
the reason. It wasn't that he dropped it from like 5 feet above his leg and barely fucking kicked it.
I mean, no, that definitely not very, very efficient.
That didn't help either.
No, it didn't help either, I don't
That might
think.
have been
Let's blame the
Harp Hunter.
wind. 20. Yeah.
Are you talking about Harp Hunter, Missouri?
No, I'm talking about the UMass guy who
UMass.
never played football before.
UMass.
yesterday.
UMass as a school might be worse than your JV high school team.
I think we could have taken him.
Did you see
I'll
the
be honest.
stadium?
And we were like 4 and 3.
The
Stadium, the
stadium
facility.
looked like St. Mary's.
Yeah.
It
That
just-
was
terrible.
punishment for last week's debacle at College Station. They had to go to UMass and deal with that shit storm. They actually didn't look very good, but
Yeah, nobody
They were
cares. Decor says Williams four touchdown passes. Someone ban him from the chat. I understand. I'm watching the fucking. God, not only are the Jacksonville Jaguars screwing me in some parlays today, but Caleb Williams is legit, and I'm upset. Anyway,
Fuck
Coop
Caleb.
says Kyler or Flacco. Is Flacco playing today? Is he
I
starting?
like Kyler.
They were going back and forth if he was.
I
gonna
thought
start.
Richardson
I think
was
it's
back.
Richardson.
Yeah.
Here, let me check.
I hope it's Richardson. I'd rather
it's
play against him than Flacco.
It's Richardson.
That's
I'm
what we were
pretty sure.
saying earlier when we were working on picks.
Yeah, I think it's Richardson, but we'll double check on that. If it's if Flacco's starting, no, I would still take Kyler. So I think I'd take Kyler regardless today. Flacco is starting, says Decor. Is that right? Wow. Frank says Lions lose today. Yep, get Frank banned too.
Yeah, Flacco.
Starting today, and Anthony
Poor
Richardson.
Frank.
Frank's gone.
Hey, not only this. Colts quarterback Joe Flacco starting today, and Anthony Richardson serving as the number 3 quarterback.
What?
So Anthony Richardson's healthy, but is I think maybe an emergency today. Maybe he's not.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's what the
it
emergency is.
said that he was like out.
Wait for all the hot takes on sports radio Monday. Oh, Anthony Richardson,
That's
third
what
string.
Schefter said. That's what Schefter said. So my guess is like he could play if they really needed him to, but
Shefty was trying to get engagement on that one. He wants people commenting, "Oh, he must not be working out in Indianapolis." You know,
sounds like they are keeping.
that he's playing chess, not checkers. Shefty saying, "That's not what I meant. I was just reporting things." You know.
Did
They're
you
not bad.
see?
healthy enough to play, but they want to hold him back for one more week.
Yeah.
Did you see him total mouthpiece for the Raiders a day or two ago too? Like
Another fumble by the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a fucking terrible franchise, Nick.
Who was it?
Bigsby. It doesn't matter. Everybody fumbles on this team. God
right
damn
there
it.
is the difference. Right?
We got to work on hanging on to
Zook
the
is just
football.
just digging right into this
Fuck.
hot take. And
How many times can this happen in one game?
Ladies and gentlemen, where can you get this on any other show? Seriously.
You know, if I took them plus 21.5, they still won't cover. This is crazy.
Where'd you learn that shit from?
God damn it.
Travis Hunter is going to look great in a Jaguars jersey.
Yeah, you need something. Holy shit. I mean, how many
Yikes.
times can we not tuck the football? Good Lord. Sorry, Zook. What were we saying over here?
I kind of forgot. I'm not gonna lie.
Something about the
I
Raiders
couldn't
and
help that
Schefter
one.
No,
and
that was deserved. This is pitiful.
Nice.
Oh, at
blue
least
hat.
they got it back. They got
Oh,
it back.
God bless.
Hey, nice,
They got it back so
nice
they can
blue
fumble
hat.
again in like
Yes.
two
Throw
plays.
pick 6 for me.
Helena likes your blue hat. Man.
Schefter and the Raiders.
Yeah, Schefter and the Raiders.
Oh, Schefter and the Raiders. Yeah, he was being a total mouthpiece for Mark Davis earlier this week because Devontae requested the trade a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, hey, we actually could keep Devontae. It's a Schefter was tweeting. It's something that seems to change every week. The Raiders actually could keep Devontae Adams and not trade him. It's like, AKA, please give us more draft picks.
When is the trade deadline, Zook? Is it like November?
It's
1st?
in November. It's not for a couple weeks yet. I don't believe.
I'm trying
I
to
can
trade
look
for
at- yeah.
content in fantasy league, so
That's great, Nick.
you know,
Good luck to you.
you got to beef up the franchise.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Need some help. wide
Let's see. Dak does not deserve that contract. Dak has nothing on Goff last week, 18 of 18. Yeah, Michael, thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, Jared Goff was not last week. They were on bye last week, but yes, 2 weeks ago. I know what you're talking about.
He needed a rest.
He needed a rest.
November 5th, by the way, trade deadline. November 5th.
Thank you.
There you
Perfect.
go. Yeah, today's going to be an interesting one. Lions, another pick.
Interception.
I mean, this is fucking brutal, Nick. This team is garbage.
Oh, wow.
God. Anyway.
Turnover is that for us today?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think the Lions today, though, against the Cowboys is going to be a hell of a game. I'm actually really excited to watch that one. I'm staying away from it a lot. We have to pick it on the panel, so I do have that coming up. But holy cow, that game's going to be it's going to tell a lot because it's 3.5. Lions are minus 3.5 on the road in Dallas. I mean, that tells you listen, we're a good team, but Dallas is not a bad team. I know Parsons is out today. I know they have some secondary injuries going on, but Dallas is still that game scares the crap out of me as far as covering for Detroit.
Tough game to pick. I just like. I hope it's a track meet. I want to see him. I want to see the game go over. Right now it's like 52.
That's what I did. I took it down to 48.5. I think is what I was at.
There you go.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. But that game's gonna be tough to pick. I don't know which way to go. Anyway, so we will have our picks coming up. We pick 7 games total against the spread. The 4 main ones: Toilet Bowl game of the week, Dog of the week, and our locks of the week. We go to the overall standings. Currently, after 5 weeks, Nick is in first place at 22, 12, and 1. Yeah, he deserves a clap for that. That's pretty impressive. Here comes Cole Kmet for a third time, Nick. I'm in second place.
TJ's still watching this game.
Unfortunately, 22 and 13 in second. Zook in third at 17 and 18. Ace in fourth at 11, 23 and 1. And no, he's not in last place because that's for Big Web. He's 10 and 25. 0 and 5 on dogs, 1 and 4 on locks. Good God Almighty!
Tough start to the year.
3 wins last week.
Hey, a lot of ball game left, Big Web.
That's
A lot of
right.
ball game.
Exactly.
We had a very mediocre week last week across the board. I think we all went like 4 and 3 or 3 and 4. Did Big Web end up going 2 and 5 after Monday night?
3. I got 3.
Big Web went 3 and 4. Ace went 2 and 5. The rest of us went 4 and 3.
And that's only because my double up won.
Yeah,
that's
Big
right.
Web would have won last week if he had. Who'd you have on Monday night? It wasn't you faded the Cowboys, didn't you? Was it Cowboys Steelers? Is that what it was?
I had the
Who'd
Steelers.
you have?
I had the Steelers.
Yeah,
Steelers?
yeah.
No,
I
you
did.
had Cincinnati, it looks like, as a lock. Cincinnati and Arizona, dog and
No,
lock there.
one of it. Yeah, no, one of his picks was on Monday night. I remember, but I don't know what it was.
Oh, wait, I'm looking at this week. We're all over the place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
Big
looking-
Web, 10 and 25. I mean, brother, what are we doing here?
We like to come up with a challenge early in the year,
Yeah.
then dig towards it.
How'd your parlay do last week, by the way? I really don't know.
2 out of 4. 2 out of 4. It was close early, but then it got effed up.
So we're back on the regular track, huh? We're back.
Not the regular track, just a different track than the week prior.
Well, okay, it's week 6. How many of you hit out of 5 weeks so far?
One.
Yeah,
One.
Yeah.
One. The same guy who jumped my ass about being 1 for 18 last week's already on me for 1 out of 6.
Yeah.
Isn't that
5.
profitable? Though? Aren't you profitable for the year then?
You're
I
not.
am.
No,
I
he's
am
not.
down a slight touch.
How would the slight touch mean? 150?
170.
Oh, I was close. Slight touch. You
bad.
got a Big Web lingo. A slight touch is
Hey,
170.
hey,
Got it.
boys and girls, when we're going for $500 each week, that's really not a big problem.
Ain't nothing. I know. It's listen. There's always a bounce back. Big Web's gonna bounce back. He's all about being profitable. People are gonna chirp him all over TikTok. It happens every single week.
Takes a couple wins. That's all you need. Just a couple
A
wins.
couple wins, and then pay attention to the playoffs, would you, people?
I would like to say too, I want to back Big Web up here because the parlay didn't go out this week because I was busy. He was busy, couldn't record. We do have your pick if you want to go ahead and give it out. But he wasn't hiding from the people. He always puts his picks out, even if he's 2 and 86 in the last few years. But it doesn't matter. That's not what we focus on. We focus on positivity on the show. So I want you to give your picks today, and we'll have Big Web's best bet of the week. Yes, thank you, Nick.
So you want to do it early so that people can bet it? What would you like?
Well, that's totally up to you, sir. What do you think? Are you feeling it right? See, here's the thing.
I'm feeling it right now.
The
I'm feeling it right now.
concoction that the Wizard came in with a couple weeks ago is worn off. That's gone.
Didn't work.
Did not work.
What
I-
did- no,
Here
no,
comes
no.
it worked for
Swift.
1 week. You needed to drink it every
What
week.
we had there was improvement.
Touchdown.
Roshan?
Who got it? Roshan?
Here it
Is
is.
it Roshan?
No,
it's
it's
Swifty.
Swift.
So you wanted?
Hey,
You wanted? I actually sent it to you yesterday.
You did. I forgot to do something with it.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
There was some comedy in there, but we'll let it go.
Yeah.
So
That was a slight slam at me real quick. This whole studio that I
There's
put
some
together
comedy,
and have
you
to
know.
fucking run and have a kid
Yeah.
going on.
This
No,
is
but
true.
let's get Big Web's video out
I
there.
spent a whole 40 seconds recording that. It's no big deal.
No,
Just
deal. Just
No,
get it.
no.
waste my
I'm
fucking
a
golden
diva.
work.
Can you get my video on the fucking show?
What about the other half hour of clever planning and thoughtfulness on
It took
it?
you a half hour. It's good. It was good. But
Ladies and gentlemen,
there we go.
with no further ado, Big Web's best bet of the week.
Without
Now, we went with some favorites, but we took them to the money line, boys and girls. We're trying to fill your wallets. Here we go. Atlanta money line against Carolina Panthers. Regular spread 6.5. Atlanta money line. Cincinnati Bengals money lines against the New York Giants this week. Playing tonight. Green Bay Packers against the Arizona Cardinals. Just money line. Just win the football game. Zach Zook's Green Bay Packers. And then the Houston Texans against the New England Patriots against Drake May. Who cares? Give me Houston money line. Atlanta, Cincinnati, Green Bay, and Houston, all money line. 100 pays 414, Nick.
This is a solid ticket, bitch.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
I like this. This is good.
That's losing on the first leg.
Yeah, there's a lot of favorites. Here's what scares me: a lot of favorites there, and this is a lot of home dogs this week, especially in the late slate. We got literally the last 6 games on the slate this week are all home dogs. That scares the crap out of me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I laid off the Lions, who I really like to watch every week. I think they can make it happen each and every week.
Mm-hmm.
But I laid off of that.
Yeah, it's a tough one. The Dallas one, yeah, that scares me a lot. Mikey says, "Good morning, Weber Betts, and everyone in the studio. Hope you all have been are having an amazing season." That's from Mikey.
Thank you, Mikey.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Appreciate that, Mike.
Everybody in the studio, but not me. That's
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
No, and he says P.S. and then that guy, that Mizzou fan from the South.
only in studio.
Yeah, that's what he called you out. Let's see, Nick, we got some bad audio coming back here. Some ripping and tearing and shredding, and just so you know, I don't know what's going on there. Might be our audio coming through your mic or something.
He's scraping
Might be what's
coins
going on.
together or something. Crickets.
Yeah, it's just like a knife coming through my ears. It's like, ugh, man. Let's see. TikTok Junkie God says ML so weak. LOL. Big Web. He's going after your money line parlay.
TikTok junkie, let me tell you something.
Clip that off.
Watch the games, and then we'll count the money this evening together, okay?
You know, he does have a reason he can chirp you at Big Web. You know, it's been inconsistent.
Go ahead. Do it now before profit comes. Do it now.
Your thoughts are welcome here on TikTok or on YouTube. You can get involved and let us know your thoughts.
He's in. He's in.
He's
Look
got a
at-
tail.
He's in.
Now this is big because
There you go, junkie.
I think you should have a little side bet here. TikTok Junkie, if you really think that there's something here that you think Big Web's going to lose it, I think there should be some kind of wager on the side here between you and Big Web.
I think he's in. I think he's playing.
All right.
He said he was going to tail the money line,
He's
the
in.
weak ass money line.
I mean, people can say that.
He's joking. He said, I was just joking. LOL, that's what that means.
Yeah.
Then he says, I'm in. I'm telling you.
All right, we'll see what happens. Speaking of, we'll see
Thank you,
what
junkie.
happens.
Thank you, junkie.
We have the matchup.
This is a solid ticket,
oh,
bitch.
I played that again. Apologize. I have some great drops still from Big Web. I love.
Blow me, Kirk.
That's a solid one.
That's an all-time.
I don't even care if we're talking about Kirk at all. It's just fantastic. What also is fantastic are the picks we have this week for Week 6 of the NFL. So we mentioned the standings for the overall panel pick'em. We'll also go through the overall standings for the fan pick'em that we have. Top 3 winners that are not on this show will get an NFL jersey of their choosing. So we'll go over that here shortly. But first, we start off with the picks for week number 6. We got the Washington Commanders headed out to the Baltimore Ravens, and the Ravens minus 6.5. Nick, is that still the case?
Let's double check that line.
Need you hey, turn your mic up a little bit again. Sorry, I know it's kind of hit or miss here. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
I'm all the way up.
There you go. That's it. That's it.
All the way up.
Oh, there you go. That's it.
Yeah. Before it was way too
Sauce.
loud, but now it's back. Hey, Jags are only 20 plus 24.5 live line, TJ, if you want to take that.
Shut
But
the
the
fuck
Commanders
up.
are plus 6.5 on the road at the Ravens.
6.5.
As Lawrence gets sacked again.
It is 6.5.
As
Zook,
one.
we'll start with you.
Well, we only need 3 touchdowns for the Jags game for them to cover the 4.5. I'm going to go ahead and take the Baltimore Ravens here. Eating a lot of points, but I just kind of have a thing where I don't even think about it. If it's Lamar Jackson against an NFC team, I pick Lamar Jackson. I'll pick the Ravens here. They're at home as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Brian Robinson not going to play for the Commanders. So I think maybe this is finally a spot where the Commanders come back down to earth a little bit. I'll take the Ravens.
Big Web.
You know, Washington's playing a hell of a football year right now, and plus, was a full touchdown, isn't it?
6.5.
6.5.
6.5, but still, that's too many points
Thanks
for
for
the way
listening to Nick.
for the way they've been playing football. I don't believe them, but the way they've been playing football, that's too many points. But I think it's going to be a good football game. I like the over in that one too. But give me Washington.
Nick.
Well, hey, Big Web, maybe you need to listen to me because my picks have been a lot better than yours.
Oh, damn.
Well, I'm on the opposite side here, which makes me feel great
Wow.
because minus 6.5 for the Ravens. Be on the opposite side of Big Web has worked out phenomenally so far.
Give me an
this
island
year.
here.
So
Give me an
we'll
island
go
here.
for that and that only. We'll go with Baltimore. But no, I think Lamar Jackson is a better quarterback here, and the Ravens are just a better football team. So I will take the Ravens with Zook.
Big Web will not be Gilligan on this pick. Ace is also going with Washington. I love
not good
Baltimore.
company.
I love Baltimore today. 6.5.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
not
why.
good
6.
company.
There it is.
Top three
There's
on
the L word.
Baltimore, on Washington.
I think they're going to roll today. I really do. I think Baltimore is going to bring them down a huge step. And Washington's a good team. They're on the up and up, but Baltimore is the real deal, and they're at home. I think Jaden Daniels is going to get an opportunity to see what real NFL football is all about. That, hey, you're not ready to win the Super Bowl. This is a Super Bowl caliber team. Ravens are going to roll today. I'll take them minus 6.5.
Here's
It
where
is
we
the
come
biggest
back,
test-
Ace. Here's where
it
we
is
come
the
back,
biggest
Ace,
test
right
for
here.
Jaden Daniels, but Jaden Daniels has also looked like the best quarterback in the
Hey,
NFL.
he's
so far.
legit. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like,
legit.
here's your big test right here on the road
Yeah.
against Baltimore. I
think this
don't
one's
know.
a lot more of Baltimore offense against the Commanders' defense. Derrick Henry looks like Derrick Henry still in the past couple weeks. We've seen that. So
First
that's
down,
been
Jaguars, boys.
huge.
First
Hey,
down.
first down Jaguars. Let's go.
First
Come
down.
back.
Schedule the
He'll
parade.
never quit.
We're only down 25.
Schedule the parade.
Tampa Bay heads out to the New Orleans Saints. The Saints, without Derek Carr today, starting rookie quarterback out of South Carolina and formerly of Oklahoma, Spencer Rattler. The Saints are getting 3.5. Is that still the case?
Yep, plus 3.5 at home.
What do you got, Zook?
I am not going to take Spencer Rattler today. I'll take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's interesting in this one. I think the only more than the game, I'm interested just to see Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore play against each other.
Yeah.
Always fun. Might get a fight, so can't wait for that one. But no, I'll take the Buccaneers. I think they've been playing really good football. I picked them to win the division at the start of the year, and I think that they can. I think they can still do it. So give me Tampa Bay. I thought that New Orleans was a little overvalued, even when they got off to that hot start.
Right.
And I think you're kind of seeing them come back down to earth now with a backup quarterback. Yeah, you guys, feel free to take Spencer Rattler against the Buccaneers, but it will not be me.
Big Web?
As much as I dislike Carr, and he has always been on my hated quarterback list, he does mean a lot to that football team. He's not playing today. I think that's a big deal. That is interesting with Lattimore and Evans, so it's going to be fun to watch. But Lattimore usually shuts him down, but I'm still going to go ahead and go with the Buccaneers here.
Nick?
So this is a really interesting game because Tampa Bay has looked like one of the better teams, kind of like Minnesota, where they've been just a good, sound football team all year long. Baker Mayfield's been a really good quarterback for them, and no Derek Carr today. So to me, this one should have been even more, like 4.5, 5.5, even for a team traveling on the road. I'm going with Spencer Rattler here. I kind of want to see what the New Orleans Saints can do with Spencer Rattler. I think he's been learning a lot in practice, and hopefully we see that come out onto the field. Every time New Orleans has drafted a quarterback, it hasn't really worked out. So maybe this is the time where they have their guy in Spencer Rattler. And 3.5, hopefully they can keep it close within that field goal and maybe even win the game outright. So I'm going to take the Saints here.
Ace is going to go with Tampa, and then I'm going to agree with Nick. I'm taking New Orleans plus 3.5. It's the whole, Spencer Rattler, I don't really know what he's going to bring. I'm just thinking he'll do enough to manage the game. They're in New Orleans. It's a division rival. It's in the Dome. Alvin's going to be running all over the place. I don't think he's going to have to do much. So I don't think he's going to light it up for 303 touchdowns. I just think he'll do enough and bring enough energy for the Saints to cover 3.5. They might lose the game. But divisional game, I just feel like in the Dome, it's going to be a 3-point game. So give me the Saints covering plus 3.5. Yeah, sprinkle a little money line if you feel frisky, but I wouldn't touch it.
Boy, we got a catch-up day. Me and Ace have a big catch-up day today.
That's what you said last week and the week before and the week before.
No, I mean, there's going to be. We are totally against you guys. This is going to be a Weber living room battle.
That's going to be a good one. All right, we got the Detroit Lions headed out to the Dallas Cowboys. Last time I saw, the Lions are minus 3.5 on the road in Jerry World. Nick, is that correct?
Let's see here. Scroll down.
Say 3. Please say 3. Please say
It
3.
is
Go ahead.
plus 3.
Let's go. All right, Zoe.
Welcome to the push.
Give me the Detroit Lions. I am taking Detroit in this game, and one of the reasons is because I feel like you just know what you get with Detroit. Far be it from me to bet, you're not usually going to go make a huge profit betting against the Cowboys at home as home dogs.
Mm-hmm.
But remember this game last year? The controversial call at the end.
He reported.
Dipper.
Decker did
And
report.
Decker did report.
And
yes.
how Dan Campbell. I'm just saying, Dan Campbell and the Lions did not forget that.
He's a crazy guy, and
They
I love
are
that
going
about him.
to be ready to fucking rock.
I'm with
So
you
you're
there.
saying it's not going to go down
So-
to the wire like that?
I think the Detroit Lions are going to come out to play. I like that the games on turf. Whenever you get a dome team on the road in another dome, I feel like it blunts that team's home field advantage a little bit because the opposing team is used to it. They're used to all the trap noise in there. So I think that Detroit will do well, and I'll take the Lions today.
Big Web?
I went back and forth on this sucker many times, but now that the hook is gone, I like Detroit. Detroit is susceptible to the passing game, as they always are. No matter how much they beef up on defense, they always seem to be giving up the pass all the time, which Dallas is really good at. I love the over, score a bunch of points, but I am going on the Detroit side.
Nick?
Yeah, so this could be another one where I might lose it this week because I kind of know what you're going to be going with here.
Here he goes
TJ.
making excuses in case all his picks go to shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but the 3.5 down to 3 late money coming in on the Cowboys. This one's interesting because everyone would say, yeah, we're going to Detroit off a bye week, right? Cowboys play very well at home. I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys here. Plus
What are the last
3.
three?
I think Dallas might be
Nice
last
stat.
year. Big
They
well.
are.
They played very well at home. This year they do kind of suck, and they haven't done a whole lot. But could be a good spot for them. I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
Could turn it around today. In the past, 10 years ago, they played great at home.
Maybe the
Emmitt
sprinkle
Smith was
on the
phenomenal.
Cowboys. Cowboys money line. Just a small taste, a half unit on the Cowboys money line for shits and giggles because everyone's going to be, and their mother is going to be on Detroit Lions in this one.
Romo's been playing real solid at home. Yeah, Ace is going to take Detroit, and we're going to leave Nick on an island. I'm also going to take the Lions. Here's what I'm worried about.
Remember the last time you guys did this?
I think the Lions will win the game, but this is the type of game where they'll get going early, give up the lead, and Dallas will try to make a comeback at the end. That's what I'm worried about. So
This
I think
very well could just be a push. I don't
it
know.
could be
I
a
think-
push. I'm going to be rooting as a fan. I don't really have much money on them at all today because I just win the fucking game type of thing. However, I will say a bet I really do like that I just thought of that I might do before kickoff. Lions first half. They have been great
That's a good
in the
idea.
first half, and then they
that's a
give
good
up leads. So Lions first half, I don't know what it is. I would look. At
You
that.
remember the NFC Championship last year?
Oh, I remember Big Web. Thank you for that.
Yep.
I do remember. If they only played one half, we would have been Super Bowl champs. I mean,
That's right.
period.
Oh,
Absolutely.
that was terrible.
That's a good. I will say, Nick, that's a good island to be on. Dallas at home.
Yeah,
not too
Dallas
bad.
at home. Like again, if I lose that one and you and me are tied at the end of the week, that's not the worst place to be.
Sammy says Dallas Cowboys beating the Lions 36-14.
I don't know
Wow.
about
Take
that.
it easy
I
there,
don't know about
Sammy.
that. That's
I wish you a good
It'll be a
game. That's
single
from
digit.
Charles. I guess he's a Cowboys fan. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate that. All right, let's go to the fourth game, the fourth main game we have. It is Cincinnati headed out to the New York Giants on Sunday Night Football. I believe Malik Neighbors is out from what I've
is out.
seen.
He's out.
He's out
He is
officially.
out.
3.5. Cincy minus 3.5.
Yep.
Wow,
Cincy
what a
minus
weird number, Zook.
This is a tough one.
It's very tough. Yeah.
I'd really rather not, but I have to. So I'll go ahead and take the Cincinnati Bengals.
All
I
right.
just think they're more talented. Again, it's another team that's like had some decent weeks. I think they've earned some believers in the betting community and just in the NFL community at large. But similar to the Saints, I don't know if I'm totally a believer in this squad. I'm definitely not a believer in Daniel Jones, despite the fact that he's done a better job not turning it over. At any point, he could have 3 interceptions, 2 fumbles, and trip over his own feet. So I'll take the Cincinnati Bengals in a game that they really need to even kid themselves that their season's alive.
Yeah, I'm with you. Big Web?
The Giants today are like a subdivision with one house. No neighbors.
All right, he's back. I like that one. That's good.
Not only are they without neighbors, but Thibodeau's the biggest problem. They're out without Thibodeau, too.
Yeah.
Which is huge, even more huge than neighbors in my mind.
Yeah.
So, and Daniel Jones is 0-7 in prime time. The Bengals' O-line's getting
He's
better.
so bad.
Give me the Bengals.
Yeah.
I
God,
just saw
Daniel
on
Jones.
Big Web's 20-point font on his phone over there. he wrote that joke down.
In large print.
I love it. I love it.
He's using the title font.
The title font for notes. I love it. Oh, that's beautiful.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Nick, are we keeping the Bengals train going?
Yeah, because like who the Giants gonna give the ball to? Singletary's out. Malik Neighbors is out. You think
Tracy.
Daniel Jones, like Tyrone Tracy and Jalen Hyatt and Wan'Dale Robinson are really gonna go against the Bengals and win this football game? I mean, if Cincinnati just runs their normal average offense, like they should win this by 2 touchdowns. Obviously, yeah, that's weird. And, now somehow the Giants are going to come out and win outright. But I've been on the wrong side of the Bengals for 2 weeks in a row. I can't do it for a third week. And I can't really back the Giants doing that.
Yeah. Ace is also taking Cincinnati, and I'm taking the Bengals, so clean sweep. So that's not good either. Here's the thing. If the Bengals would have beaten the Ravens last week, which they should have, I would be probably taking the Giants here. But like Zook said, you got to win this game. You got to perform. Burrow's pissed off. They have not played great. They're what? They're 1-4, right? 1-4.
1-4. And what?
Unbelievable.
Here's something else for you. If the Bengals win that game, what's this line? Probably close to touchdown, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's
Yeah.
6.5, 7,
So
yeah.
if you think about it from that perspective, 3.5 is great value.
It's great value. But I think it might help bettors knowing like how pissed off they are and like we need to
for
play
sure.
balls out. And the fact that Neighbors is out, I mean that's most of the Giants' offense right now. So I
They got away with it 1 week. I don't know if they'll get away
But
with
it makes
again.
so much sense that you feel like something weird's going to happen. You know what I mean? Because everybody's going to be on Cincinnati. We'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
it's a little bit square, but this is one where I don't think squares are going to lose.
I'm going to watch that game, and if the Giants do end up winning or even covering, I'm just going to sit there and go, how did this
I'd be
happen?
shocked,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I'd
Just
just-
how?
I think their win last week was a little misleading against Seattle, though. Seattle didn't play good defense that game. Daniel Jones was able to sit there.
Seattle's a little overrated. They haven't played anybody till San Francisco. Now, they came back against San Francisco, who's been giving up leads all year. But if you look at their first few games, nobody. I mean, really didn't play. The Lions were the one really good team they played, and they still kept it close. So I'm not saying they're a bad team, but it's like Seattle's legit. I'm like, I don't know if they're legit. It's just...
They're on and off. They turn the switch on and off.
Exactly.
Seattle does, yeah.
Exactly. All right, toilet bowl game of the week. We head out to Nashville, where the Tennessee Titans will host the Indianapolis Colts. Anthony Richardson in. Jonathan Taylor out. I believe still some defenders on the Colts side out as well. Interesting game. Low line, I think. 1.5, Nick, for Tennessee.
Yeah. So this one was sitting at 2.5 this morning, and it's moved a full point down. So Tennessee minus 1.5 now at home against the Colts.
All right, Zook.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stick with the Tennessee Titans. Honestly, I don't love the fact that Flacco is playing on the other side. I would rather. if
Oh,
I'm gonna
Richardson.
pick-
I'm an idiot.
If
Yeah,
I'm gonna pick
Richardson's
the
out
Ti- if
today.
I'm gonna
Keep
pick the
forgetting.
Titans, I would rather had
Richardson.
Mr. Turnover in
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
So I don't love it as much, but I'll stick with the Titans. The Titans, I think, have the best unit in this game, and the Colts are super beat up on both sides of the ball. Missing DeForest Buckner, they are missing just about every good player on offense. I don't think Jonathan Taylor is going to play. Michael Pittman has had like a back issue. Josh Downs has had an issue. They're basically down to like Alec Pierce and Adonai Mitchell, which I mean still isn't bad, but yeah, I think the Titans defense is by far the best unit in this game, so I'll take Tennessee.
Big Web.
I'm agreeing with all that. I mean, Tennessee's defense is the key to this football game, and the lack of offensive tools that Indy has or has not here. So, yeah, I like the Titans. I just think they'll get it done no matter what the hell they do on offense. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game.
Nick.
Well, for the first time all year, I actually agree with one of Big Web's points about a game.
God,
Tennessee defense.
you got to start
I think-
listening.
I think that's where I think he's absolutely right. And same thing with what Zook said. Like, again, similar to the Giants, like who the Colts going to get the ball to? Joe Flacco is a lot better than Anthony Richardson starting for the Colts. So the Colts fans should definitely be happy about that. And but I just don't see how they can do enough. I think Tennessee, if they just don't turn the ball over, that's what's going to come down to more than likely is who wins this turnover battle, wins this game. But I'm going to go with the Titans.
Ace is also going to take Tennessee. I'm going to take the island with the Colts, and there's only one reason. I hate this game. I hate both these teams, and usually these are always close. So I'll flip a coin and take my opportunity to get an island here. I was already had Indy before you guys picked. They always stay around. Whether I pick for them or pick against them, the Colts always are usually on the opposite side, but
It's
they
a good
keep
island to
things
have.
clove.
Good island to have.
What's that?
I said
Good
good
island.
island. to have.
Yeah, I agree. It's just a throwaway game, toilet bowl game. I'll take the island with Indy. I really hate both teams, and if I lose it, it is what it is.
I would be interested to know in toilet bowl games if you just, and we should keep a record of this, if you just took the dog in every toilet bowl game, what that record would be on the year. Because a lot of times there's not a whole lot of analysis, and like when you have two shit teams, it's just
Right.
take the points and move on. And I would be interested to see at the end of the year if that's a profitable strategy, taking toilet bowl game dog every week.
Looks like last 2 weeks were the favorite. Giants underdog in week 3. Week 2 was the favorite, and week 1 was the favorite. So the dogs only hit once in the.
See,
so
that
far, no.
proves
Okay.
dogs don't drink out of the toilet.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. Hey.
All right, we went back to the first joke. You know, we went up and then
Yeah.
back down. We were close.
That's called a callback. It's called a callback.
That's got a callback, right? All right. Speaking of dogs, though, we do go to our dogs of the week, where we get to pick our favorite underdog pick. Zook, where are you going this week?
I think I'm going to. I want a line check because if I don't get the hook, I may not go with them. Nick, what about the Denver Broncos? Are we still plus 3.5 there?
So Denver, I believe, is down to 3. Let me double check though. It was 3 earlier. It is at 3 plus 3. Yeah.
All right, whatever. Fine. I'll keep it. I'll at least
Denver?
push with the 3. Give me the Denver Broncos. Home divisional dog, always good. Denver, I think, has been playing some better football, and again, similar to Tennessee, I think they have the best unit in this game. Now, the Chargers' defense is no joke either. Jesse Minter, the defensive coordinator that Jim Harbaugh brought from college, is really good. I mean, he's runs the same defensive scheme as Mike McDonald, who got a head job in Seattle for what he did in Baltimore. But I think that this Denver defense is for real, man. Patrick Surtain is a total beast. The Chargers are pretty beat up. Herbert has really fought through some things. I don't think that they can really pass the ball all that well. So go ahead and give me the home divisional dog Denver Broncos to get to 4-2 in the division.
They got you last week, too. You took a -3. They did well for you.
I think they can win this game outright. So I'll take the +3. I would have liked to have the +3.5 so I could get the little backdoor cover there in case they don't win it outright. But I'll take the 3.
Big Web?
I'm going with the Arizona Cardinals today.
Okay.
Plus 5.5, I believe, Nick.
Yep.
They're at the Packers, but the Packers have been giving up a lot of time to opposing quarterbacks. I mean, letting them sit there and cherry pick, and I think the Pips can sit back there and find something. So, including my buddy McBride. So, give me Arizona.
Nick?
Kind of like that pick out of Big Web too. I was looking at the Cardinals plus 5.5 as my dog, but since he's on it, his picks suck. I'm not taking it. I'm going to New England plus 6.5.
Wow, Drake May with no
Against
Stevenson.
Texans against the Texans without Ramondre Stevenson. We're back in rookie quarterbacks today. Interested to see. Houston, I think, has been a little overrated going into this year. We're still seeing that, and it's been profitable fading Houston. See if Drake May can get something done today, even without Ramondre.
What do you got, 6.5?
6.5, yeah.
6.5. Okay. You know what's funny? I thought the same thing Nick did. Like, let's go with these rookie starters at home, getting a good amount of points. Like, I did think about that. So
Good
with
back.
that being said, I'm going to take Spencer Rattler plus 3.5 at home against Tampa to double up on the Saints.
Wowzers.
Yeah. I don't know what is it still 3.5 for some reason. I had
3.5,
plus.
yep.
Okay, I don't know why it says +1 here. That definitely is not what I want. Yeah, plus 3.5. I got a feeling about this game. It's not about I think Spencer Rattler is going to be like even better than Derek Carr. He's got to hand the ball to Alvin Kamara. They just have to control the game. They will do that, and it's a divisional matchup in New Orleans in the Dome. Like it's a hard game for any divisional foe to go in there and play. So I like New Orleans. I think Spencer Rattler will do enough. So give me New Orleans plus 3.5, double up, and I'm. Listen, dogs were tough this week for me. I didn't like a lot of dogs. So
I'm on too many favorites.
So am I, which is a problem. This could be a tough week, but New Orleans was kind of talking to me a little bit. Ace is taking Carolina plus 6.5, I think.
6.5,
against
yeah.
the
Another
Panthers
dog.
or the
Home-
Falcons.
Home divisional
That's a
dog.
major dog.
That's a big time. Yeah. So the thing was, I
I
looked at
looked at that one
Carolina
too.
too, but they have some offensive linemen out today, so Dalton might get slammed against the Falcons. So that's the only reason I really didn't like Carolina, but I did look at that one. All right, locks of the week. Zook, where are we going?
There's a couple that I liked. I thought about taking my own Green Bay Packers, but I'm actually going to double up on the Cincinnati Bengals here today.
Wow.
I just feel like it's a little bit easier to predict the kind of, not the effort, but like I feel like there's less goofy shit that goes on in these primetime spots. I feel like my primetime record this year I've noticed has been way better. Like, for example, I've been sitting right around 500 this year for the show picks, like you mentioned. I'm either 4-3, 3-4. I'm almost always like 1-3 after noon, though.
Right.
Like, and then I catch up later on in the day because the noon it just feels unpredictable. You don't know what you're really going to get. Anything can kind of happen. But in these primetime games, it's a little bit more predictable. So give me the Cincinnati Bengals. I think that this is a tough matchup for New York. I don't think they have anybody that can guard Chase. I don't think they have anybody that can guard Higgins for that matter. So I think that they should be able to throw the ball over the yard and win this game.
I think Big Web might agree with you.
All over it, Zook. I mean, not to jump on your bandwagon, but I love the Bengals tonight. I know we got the hook there, but I still think it's time for them to win. And I like what you said earlier in the show about if they would have won that game last week, which they were this close to doing, this spread should really be 7. So give me the Bengals here.
Nick?
Yeah, I mean that's not a bad idea there. I'm gonna go somewhere else, and I'm gonna go against a team that fucked us all or fucked me last week, the Cleveland Browns. This Eagles line -8.5. We really haven't seen the Eagles do anything this year.
Yeah.
This is a spot to do it. This is a spot for Sirianni, for Hurts to come out and show everyone that hey, we are still a contender this year. We are still a Super Bowl contender this year. And 8.5, it's a big line, but I think it's a big line because the Browns are just bad. Like the Browns are bad, and if the Browns fuck me on this one, like I'll be pissed for sure. But that Eagles line being so high, a lot of these close spreads are hard to figure out. Last week it was a lot of low spreads. We all kind of landed somewhere in the middle, 3-4, 4-3. So I'm gonna go for a higher spread, take a little bit of a shot here, and just say that the Eagles can win this one by 2 touchdowns and take the Eagles.
Ace is taking the Chargers -3. Is that right? I think that's what I had.
Yep,
-3. The Broncos. And then I'm going to go with the Steelers. Is it -3 still? I guess.
Steelers, you get -3 at the Raiders, yep.
Okay, yeah, I'm taking Steelers. So Aiden O'Connell in today, quarterback for the Raiders. I think he's going to shit down his leg today. I think that they're going to be all over his ass. Now, they do have 2 outside linebackers out, or defensive ends, however you want to call them. Herbig's out, and is it Highsmith? Their second guy
Alonzo
behind
Highsmith.
TJ Watt.
Yeah.
So TJ Watt's playing, which is enough. But even with those injuries, I just don't like Aiden O'Connell. I don't think he's going to get it done. And Devontae obviously is not playing. So he's going to be going over Brock Bowers a ton, which is great for me because I got him on fantasy, ton of receptions for PPR. But I don't see this number. I don't know why it's not higher. I think the Raiders suck. They might try to get to Fields, but Fields is going to be mobile enough. They're going to move the ball enough, and I think they'll cover 3 in the Dome. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers -3, my favorite pick of the week. And there you go. Those are our picks of the week here on From the 50.
Hey, can we just throw a late storyline in here right now?
Sure. I love late storylines.
Nick brought up my Cleveland Browns, and we've been talking about this all year, but you got one player fucking you. Really. I mean, as far as the momentum of the team, the excitement of the town. I mean, and the owner, the front office is saying, look, Watson's. We got all this money in him. Stefanski, you will start him. You will play him. He's got to be there. Well, we're in week 6, okay? How many weeks do you go?
It's how the business works, though. Why is Daniel Jones still the quarterback of the Giants? It's just
money.
Why is Trevor Lawrence still starting today?
Trevor Lawrence is a different level. Like, trust me, I hate Trevor Lawrence
Daniel
right now. But
Daniel Jones at least can throw a fucking spiral or do something. This fucker is doing nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point you got to swallow your pride. You know what? I am the GM of this team, and I fucked up, man. I fucked up bad.
Well,
Did it
I
too.
don't think
it's
that's
the
gonna
owner.
happen.
It's the owner that
The
needs
owner,
to
whatever.
give an apology.
Whoever it is, get past it. Put in Winston and see what the fucking this team's got a great defense. They got still some good surrounding characters here. This thing needs you. They're going to go to fucking week 12 before they do something. I think it's stupid.
Well, I think they're almost, in a way, they're not ever going to say it, but they're writing off the season because they know they're in a spot right now, and it's just it's brutal. It is brutal, and you can tell that you could have a resurgence with another quarterback coming in there to help out. And let's be honest, we don't know. It's allegations. We don't know everything going on, but Jameis is one of the most likable quarterbacks in the league, and Watson definitely is not at this moment, obviously. So you look at those factors, the fans would be all about Winston taking over. But the other fact of the matter is, just talking about football, Watson sucks. He's just bad. Terrible.
He's terrible at $100,000 a year. The guy,
it's bad. And he's making how much is he making a year?
I just pulled it up.
Holy shit!
So
crazy.
This is why they can't bench him, Big Web. And I agree with you. I think it's kind of hilarious that they did not even call Joe Flacco specifically because they knew they couldn't continue with Deshaun Watson with Flacco on the team. They couldn't sell that to the fan base, but you have to get somebody to back up the quarterback, right? You need more than one on the roster. So what do those dipshits
Let's get
do?
the most likable guy in the entire league.
Literally the most likable backup quarterback probably in the NFL to back up Deshaun Watson instead. So he signs the contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
His cap hit was $9 million, then $19 million. It's $27 million this year.
Jesus Christ.
Guess what? It gets so much better. This was supposed to be their window to win these
Yeah.
last 3 years. Guess what it is next year?
35.
72.
Holy shit.
Guess what it is the year after that? 72.
Holy shit.
They can't get rid of him, Big Web. He is the starter
he's
for the
done.
next 3
That-
fucking years.
that is going to be
That's
the
why
most
they can't bench
so
him.
bad.
They can't get rid of him.
In all of our lifetimes and our grandkids' lifetimes, there will never be a clipboard carrying fucker making more money than that.
It's the worst contract,
gonna
not
start.
in
They-
NFL
that's
history.
the reason they cannot give up. They just can't.
It's one of the
They
worst
can't.
contracts in sports history, not NFL history, sports history. It's awful.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's an all-timer.
But hey, the Guardians are going to the ALCS, so Cleveland's doing okay.
They're fine. They're fine.
Yeah,
The-
they'll live.
Browns
I
are
know
the
Ohio
last
State
team.
lost
They're going to
last
get their
night
ass,
too, but
their
they'll be
cheeks
okay.
clapped by the Yankees, but at least they're there, you know?
If I had a Watson jersey, and I wouldn't, but if I had a Watson jersey, I'd burn it on a fucking air.
Dude, it's
right here.
that's a mess in Cleveland, 100%. You know what's not a mess, though? If you take a look at our bet wall right now, some of those season-long parlays, don't pay attention to mine on the right there with the Dolphins and the Colts. That one's dunzo. That's why I said $10, what the hell. But the one on the left, 2 from the left, Big Web, you got plus 1726, the official show parlay, all to win their divisions. Falcons, Texans, Lions, Niners, Chiefs. That could still happen.
Yeah.
100% could still happen.
Yep.
The one that just got a little bit more interesting today is the one I have with Big Web and Nick. Will the Steelers have a better record than the Bears? The Bears are now going to go 4-2. The Steelers need to win today, I believe, to go 4-2. So we're getting back to the middle of that bet.
Yeah, Bears settled down a little bit, which is good.
Well, Caleb's actually showing he's legit. I mean, he threw some good balls today. So you know. But anyway, those are some of the top bets we have in the bet. Well, Big Web, your $50,000 parlay.
Yeah.
I don't know if people can see it. It's kind of a lot of light on it, but he's got $298 to pay $50,000.
50 grand.
Texans to win the South could happen. Falcons to win the South could happen. Eagles to win the East could happen. Niners to win the West could happen. Bears to win the North. Now, I hate to say it, but has an opportunity. Here's the one where you're done. Dolphins to win the AFC East. That's done.
Yeah.
I mean, you're done.
Quarterback injury screwed me.
And Chiefs was the last one, but I mean Dolphins. It's
but
over.
not really. They're a game back of the Bills right now.
But Tua is not going to play all year.
I like
probably.
the optimistic
I
part of Nick.
I don't know. It's Bills are 3-2. Dolphins are 2-3.
$50,000.
$50,000.
$50,000.
What
Be back and been playing in a couple weeks.
Wouldn't you think that they would go out and get another quarterback if they're only a game back and they really don't think Tua is going to play? Like, I mean, at least till week
Tua's
8 or
playing.
something?
Tua's going to play in a couple weeks. They literally said that this week. That Tua is expected to come back.
I mean, listen, I'm not a doctor, but am I crazy that he's like going back out there? Like, it's insane.
He's cleared.
He
He's
shouldn't
gonna
be
get
doing
cleared
it for
to-
his family. He
I
should-
mean, like, if he wants to do it, like, I guess you can't stop. Like, yeah, I mean, you're our guy. but-
I've heard that he's been symptom free for weeks, and
Yes,
that
yes,
he's planning on coming back, and the doctors haven't
plan
like
for him
told
to
him
play.
anything to like dissuade him. I think the decision was after the what was it, last year or 2 years ago?
Yeah.
That to me was decision time.
Yes.
Because you've already kind of done irreparable damage, right?
Mhm.
So but
it's the way he reacts.
if I was him,
to
I
every
would
hit.
come back too. I would come back too.
Yeah.
I maybe would have stopped though after the ones 2
It
years
is their.
ago.
I mean, it's their life. I get it. You're a
It's their own
football player.
decision.
Like, yeah, it's your whatever.
I think it's the team, it's the franchise, it's the city, and then more importantly, he said, "Man, we got Big Web's $50,000 parlay."
That's what it is. That's the real.
I think there's a lot of there's a lot of expectation around it too. Like nowadays, like yes, like concussions are more serious, CT, all that stuff. But like, and yeah, we don't know every single injury that he's had. He's had some concussions and stuff. We don't know the severity of those. Like the doctors know the severity of those. And like again, ultimately his decision to play, but to jump to a conclusion and be like, oh, he had a concussion, so he needs to retire from football, I think is a little overstep too. To be like, oh yeah, he's had this many concussions, he for sure needs to be done playing football. When like we don't know the severity of every single one of those injuries and stuff like that. Sure, they look like bad on the field and what we see on TV, but I mean, again, if the doctors are clearing him, you would hope that the doctors are smart about it and that he's smart about it with his own health to go out there and play. But I mean, it's his decision at the end of the day. He's got to be smarter, certainly, when he's in there and not being so reckless, probably when he's sliding and making those different plays. But at the end of the day, like I think it could be a little less serious than we think, and that's why they're expecting him to play here in 2 weeks.
Scott says read some comments. I think he's a Kansas City fan, probably from like 2 years ago when he jumped on the bandwagon. What's up, TJ? What's going on, Jared? How you doing, man? Let's see. Lonzo says, "Hey guys, Ferguson or Laporta today?" Oh man, Laporta's been really quiet, and they're playing against each other, and that doesn't make. I mean, they're both on offense, but I probably would go Samuel Lapipi just to be the bigger upside.
Has he found the end zone yet this year? I don't think. Right?
He has not. No, I don't believe so.
So you could say he's due. The only thing with Ferguson is like he's the second best target in the offense behind CD.
That is a good point.
So yeah, I'm with you.
Tough.
Ferguson higher floor. Laporta at any point could get you like 20 plus.
Yeah,
points.
I think St. Brown finally gets you over yardage today. He's been the guy that he's always Goff's guy, but now that everybody's focusing on him, J-Mo's having a season, which is awesome. But
J-Mo's been quiet last couple weeks.
But he had that 2 weeks ago he had that big 75 yard.
That's right. It just hasn't been. If he didn't have that, he would have had like one fantasy point. But you're right.
But like St. Brown's yardage he has not hit overs. I've been betting his over yardage all year, and he has not been the usual guy he is because they've been running the shit out of the ball, first of all, which is great, and J-Mo's been taking more of a step.
They're off the bye too this week, right?
Yes.
So surely Ben Johnson has some schemed up stuff for him. Yeah.
I would think so. But anyway, I would take St. Brown over 74. I think it's 74 today. That's one of my picks on Sleeper. I'll go over that in a little bit. But I would definitely look at that.
Here's another argument for Laporta, just real fast.
Yeah, sure.
Off the bye, too, you always do the self-scout on the bye.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably went back and looked and thought, man, we're probably underutilizing him.
Sure.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they have some stuff schemed up for him today,
best tight end in the league last year, and you're really not getting him the ball, and you're 3-1. So that shows you right there, like, everybody else is working. If you get Laporta into it, and he's been hurt. He's been knocked out of some games and stuff. But, like, you get him rolling, and the way – I mean, J-Mo is just such a weapon, man. I mean, and obviously St. Brown's top 5 in the league. So they have it rolling. It's just certain guys, because everybody's doing a good job, is they're not getting theirs. Like, St. Brown was like, he's going to get 8 receptions, 100 yards almost every game. Now that there's other weapons, it kind of takes away. It's hard to bet on them for sure. Let's see. Scott says, thanks, though, but I've been a Chiefs fan since 85. Here we go. Welcome, Scott. Let's see.
Is that Joe Montana days?
It might have been. I don't know. I really don't know. I wasn't born yet. I was born in 94.
Joe Montana Chiefs days, maybe.
We love people that actually know who Priest Holmes is.
No, but listen.
Priest.
It's all love to Scott, but there's certain Chiefs fans that are bandwagon fans. There's also certain football fans like, I know. Can you name the quarterback back in '86? Because I can. I'm like, okay, put your dick back in your pants and let's fucking take it easy here.
I saw this on TikTok. Just ask a Chiefs fan where Patrick Mahomes went to college. Vast majority don't know.
Queens Boulevard, please no cursing. My daughter is watching. We'll tell her not to watch. I mean, scroll past. I don't know what to tell you. Let's go. This is our show. You don't tell me, like, come on, dude. Let's go. Like, what a chat room we got today.
Honey, put those dolls away. It's time to watch some cussing NFL football.
Let's scroll through it. There's a lot of things to watch. My goodness.
We're talking some fucking football here on this program.
Yeah, no joke. My God. All right, so I do want to – Nick's going to go get some coffee real quick. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give a shout-out to our great partner, Sleeper. Sleeper Picks that Big Web and I are now a part of. So you can go follow me everywhere at Sleeper Web. We're doing some great NFL content for them this year. If you haven't checked it out yet, Sleeper Picks. It's on the Sleeper app. You might have a fantasy league with the Sleeper app. They have a pick section. It's a money symbol at the bottom. You click on that. You can go pick more than or less than on receiving yards, rushing yards, anytime touchdown, whatever it may be. Build your entries. It can be up to 2 times, 3 times, 10 times, even 20 times your picks. It's a lot of fun. If you use promo code Weber, WEBER, when you sign up today, you get a deposit match up to $100 on Sleeper Picks. Big Web, I do have some Sleeper entries. I'd like to read you a couple if you're interested in hearing about this. Here's an anytime touchdown one. So it's 4 guys, but these are all 4 I think you could see scoring today. You ready? Mm-hmm. Alvin Kamara, Bijan Robinson, James Conner, Saquon Barkley.
Bijan, Conner,
Barkley, and Kamara.
Barkley. I could.
Kamara. How about Bijan
I'm
today?
not a Kamara fan.
I think Bijan's good, right?
I like Bijan, and I definitely like Conner.
I think Conner's plus 100, by the way. He's not minus money.
And I like Barkley. Those 3.
I know. I think Kamara will get in because if they're going to have any chance to win the game, he's got to score.
Bijan against the hapless Panthers, and then you've got Kamara against a Bucks run D that I know they still have Vita Vea. I think statistically, though, they've been a poor run defense.
Yeah.
I could be completely. I Oh man, I don't want to give a bad stat, but yeah, I think that they've been down against the run this year.
So that one is 20 pays 117. That's 5.86 times. Kamara, Robinson, Connor, Barkley all to score a touchdown.
What's it pay?
It's 20 pays 117.
What is it just for grins without Kamara?
I don't know that. Just have a screenshot.
I'll
but
put it in.
yeah, check it out. And then the other one I have. This is my other main one. It's not a touchdown one. It's this is almost 10 times, almost 10x. You ready? 10 to pay $99. Big Web. You ready?
Yep.
Aiden O'Connell under 181.5 passing yards against Pittsburgh.
How many yards?
181.5. Aiden O'Connell of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Is he starting? Or
Yes.
Minshew starting?
O'Connell.
He hates that one. Dalton under 223.5 against Atlanta. Offensive line troubles on the right side. He's going to be getting pressured all game.
I like that one.
A.J. Brown over 5.5 receptions back since week 1. I like that one a lot. And then finally, St. Brown over 74.5 receiving yards. That's 9.9x your money. 10 pays $99.
Get on that.
By the way, just to confirm for the Kamara thing, I was not wrong. Tampa Bay has allowed 120 rush yards per game, which is right middle of the pack, 16th, but they've allowed 5 yards per carry, which is 6th most in the league. So I think you can feel good about Kamara. If you're going to bet him to touchdown score, though, just make sure it's anytime. I would not do rushing because he could always catch it and run it.
Always do anytime. I think that's smart to do. The only times you would, if you really think like you want a receiving back to get in or something, then you can get really good odds on a running back just getting receiving.
Just receiving,
but you better be sure. Cause
I would never do rushing only
never,
unless it's a guy that literally just never catches the ball.
No shot. Absolutely not. A couple other bets I did today. So, shout out Sleeper Picks, promo code Weber, $100 deposit match. Check it out. Awesome, awesome app. Nick's back from getting coffee. Hello, Nick. How was that coffee for you?
Hello, delicious.
Beautiful. So I got a 4-leg parlay today, Big Web. Ravens minus 6.5.
I'm the other way, but that's okay.
Okay. Patriots plus 7.5 against the Texans. I think.
I'm the other way, but that's okay.
Saints plus 3.5 against the Bucks. And
I'm the other way.
And Steelers money line.
I think you got a winner.
That might be a winner there. I think that might work out actually.
The rest of the recipe, the concoction is just fade Big Web on his picks.
That is a fade. That's a Big Web.
That is a Big
parlay.
Web fade. And here's one you can agree with. I think. Besides the Raiders, I don't know if you have the Raiders, but here's the one like everybody should put a bet in to get your money for the day. Like you have a bet that's going to cover all the other bets.
Oh, I had that yesterday.
Yeah,
except for the 12 men on the field bullshit. But go ahead.
Didn't work out for you. Ravens to win, just to win against the Commanders.
Okay.
Like it.
Eagles to win against the Browns.
Like it.
And Steelers to win against the Raiders.
Should happen.
So it's plus 153. 25 pays. I get 63 with my total payout back.
That's good.
Steelers could make you a mad person.
You think
today.
so?
They might.
That's
one,
good.
One
That's
of
good
those.
odds.
I mean, it's always like, here's your free play to cover all your bets. Can't lose. Super lock, and then it goes like 2 of 3.
The other two are heavy favorites. I mean, Baltimore money line minus 310, Eagles minus 460, and the Steelers minus 174. That's the one giving you the odds.
If you swap Zook's going to be all over this. If you swap the Bengals for the Steelers, probably won't have the same odds, but that would be more to our liking.
You probably would have close to the same odds. Isn't the spread around the same?
It's close, I think. Yeah, but this is all money line, so it would be I guess what was Steelers minus 3, so it would give
and
you.
Bengals were minus 3.5.
Bengals minus 3.5.
So you would think the money line would be maybe.
Well, because you get it minus
minus
110
a couple
instead
bucks,
of minus
yeah.
170. You definitely get higher odds for sure. So, let's see. Likely or Goddard today. It's from Addis.
Ooh, tough.
I don't think I've heard of Likely much since week 1, right?
He did have the big touchdown in the Bengals game, but who did not score in that game? I mean, what a classic. By the
That was a
way,
great
as
game.
an aside, how awesome was that to have Kevin Harlan calling that game?
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion, one
absolutely.
of the best play-by-play voices of the generation.
100%.
And, I liked Goddard. I think you've sort of missed your window a little on Goddard because they're getting, I think, both Smith and Brown back today.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I think he was such a good play is because they were all out, so he was all they had in the passing game. I think he reverts back to somewhat of a complementary role, but the floor should still be higher than Isaiah Likely, who seems like he's going to get you 2 or 20.
Yeah.
So,
I like that.
I think I'd still play Goddard.
Yeah, I'll go
Depends
with
on your
Goddard.
team, though. Like, if your team kind of blows and you need big weeks to win, then maybe you play Likely.
I think with Brown coming back today, it could hurt him a little bit with targets, but regardless, I mean, he'll still get his. And in the comparison, I think I'd take Goddard over Likely for everything Zook just said. Decor says Flacco or Levis today, and then Laporta or Kraft. Well, let's start with the quarterbacks. Oh, man.
Levis,
I'm going-
I guess
rushing
Levis.
value.
Yeah, I'll give you
Even
Levis,
though I'm-
right?
Rushing
Even
value.
though I'm betting on the Titans, I would go Flacco. I
Okay.
just don't like Levis. I think Titans defense gets the job done, and I think the Titans run the ball a little bit more. But I think as far as quarterbacks fantasy performance, Joe Flacco.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go Levis, but it's close. And then Laporta or Kraft. Is that? I don't even know who Kraft is.
Tucker Kraft,
on
the-
Tucker Kraft?
Yeah,
Packers.
tight end 3 in fantasy.
Used to play for Cincinnati.
Yeah, who's he play for now?
Plays for the Packers. He's always played for the
Who
Packers.
cares? That's why I don't know him. Tucker Kraft is
I
he any
would go
good?
se- I would
Yeah,
go
he had 2
Sandy
touchdowns
Alderson,
last week.
I mean, take Laporta. Come on. What are we
Take
doing?
Laporta.
Listen, Tucker Kraft. I've heard the
Is,
name.
Tu-
I
is
forgot who
Tucker
he
Kraft
played
the new
for.
Dontavian Wicks? I have to let TJ know.
I still got him.
Could
I
be.
had him
I
in
have
my
to-
flex the other day.
I have to text the group chat
Surprised
now
you
every
didn't know
time
who
Tucker Kraft
was,
scores.
TJ. You're a
I gotta
football
give
fan.
Zook some shout out though for helping me to actually start Keon Coleman. I was motherfucking you so hard on Sunday when you told me to start him and he got nothing. He dropped passes all day. Then he got a 45-yard bomb and I was like, thank God.
Okay, so can I give you some more counsel?
Yes.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that again.
Yeah.
we got lucky. We got out. We're gonna say our prayers, count our blessings, and we're gonna move on. Because he had one catch and luckily he housed it, but it was looking rough before that.
Hey,
So
Derrick Henry, they got his anytime at 1.5. So they think you have to bet him to score 2.
Yeah.
You would
correct.
go under that, wouldn't you? So if he only gets 1, if he gets
No, you never want to bet him
I wouldn't.
under.
under 2,
touchdowns.
under. I
No,
don't want to bet
Oh,
him
oh,
over.
oh! You're saying, it's not. It's
You
not,
gotta. He's got to score twice.
Oh, you're
for
not
you to
talking.
win.
You're not talking about sleeper. You're talking. I thought you were doing the 1.5 extra money. You're talking about the over under on the line.
Yes, his anytime touchdown would be so high that they have him listed at 1.5, probably at
Ah,
minus
got it.
110
Got
odds
it.
for his
So it's-
anytime touchdown.
So if
You know what's
play
even
under
crazier?
that-
You know what's even crazier, Big Web, is I don't know if you guys follow how much you guys are following college. But the
Gentry,
Boise
are you
State
about to
running back,
talk about
Ashton
Gentry?
Genty, yeah, Ashton Genty.
Genty.
His line, Big Web, for anytime touchdown minus 110 odds is always set at 2.5 now.
Jesus.
Because that's how much he scores. Heisman favorite is unreal, and I took it twice on the Purple Book and back-to-back weeks, and that hit.
Wow.
That's crazy.
You took it under.
I took it over,
You took it over.
Yeah.
Wow.
and it
that's
hit.
insane.
He scored 3 touchdowns in two games. This past
Both
week, he only
times.
scored twice yesterday, receiving and rushing. Darn,
My
at
God.
200 yards.
That's
and
hard
30
to
on-
do.
That's crazy. Wow.
Insane.
Let's see. Bink says, "Go Seawolves." Stony Brook University football CAA D1 proud dad. Shout out to the Seawolves. I don't know how they're doing.
Lindenwood plays Stony Brook next
that
year,
right?
so I'll see you out there, bro.
Wow. Yeah, Zook's broadcasting for
Stony
Lindenwood, and I used to broadcast Lindenwood, and that was my alma mater. So there you go, Stony Brook. We're coming for you.
Seawolves.
Oh, that guy goes, didn't like the craft question, had to leave because we got shut off. We got shut off. It was not intentional.
Yeah, for some reason we get timed out now on TikTok, so I had to restart it. Apologize. Didn't like the craft question. I think we end up. I said
I didn't.
Laporta.
I didn't. You missed it. I got mad
did
at
miss it,
TJ.
Yeah, that's right.
That was knowledge.
Max says D-Hop or Douglas today. I feel like D-Hop has been
D-Hop? I don't really
non-existent.
want-
Is this Pop Douglas? Like
I was thinking Harry
Mario-
Douglas from like 2013.
Oh
It's
no,
not-
I think it's
Demario
Pop
Douglas
Douglas
and
with the Patriots.
I-
Yeah.
Demario
Who-
Douglas and the Patriots.
Demario Douglas. I'm sitting there going, who the fuck is Douglas? That's why I'm like, I'm going to take
D-Hop.
D-Hop regardless.
D-Hop.
DJ,
You know,
elbow knowledge.
here's
Come on,
another
man.
thing. I actually had an inkling to pick him up
Yeah.
and like stash him on the end of the bench in fantasy because I think that he's getting traded at the deadline.
Demario Douglas.
No, D-Hop.
Oh.
So I think that I wouldn't be surprised if they like try to feature him a little bit.
Yeah.
So I
can
would
see
take
that.
D-Hop.
What are predictions for Olave today? That's from Life on the Wild Side.
With Spencer Rattler under center. I mean,
not
Rashid
great.
Shaheed has been kind of the guy in New Orleans. Olave has definitely taken a backseat to Shaheed so far this year, but they're working Olave in a little bit more. I would not trust him in fantasy lineups. Starting
And that's
today.
Carr's guy. Like, there's always
Yeah.
like every quarterback has their own go-to guy usually. You know what I mean? Like,
I wouldn't
I
trust
don't know.
anything in the
Which,
Saints
like-
lineup with the exception of Alvin Kamara with a new quarterback under center until we can see like,
Yeah.
hey, what's going to happen here. If you absolutely have to, that's a different story. But I wouldn't trust Saints players today.
Carr's guy too, being Shaheed over Olave is just like chef's kiss hilarious. Like,
It is funny.
God bless you, Derek Carr.
I love it.
Yes.
I have Shaheed in fantasy, and it's worked wonders for me so
Yeah.
far this year.
Who do you not have in fantasy? I feel like every time we bring up a player, Nick's like, got him in one
I'm
league.
in 3 different leagues, TJ.
Hey,
I don't really give a shit
Rattler-
which league I'm in with you anymore because my team, literally, everybody's on bye or everyone's injured.
My team's fantastic in that league. I don't know what you're bitching about. It's
Mine
just
is
draft
horrible.
better.
Horrible. I had Tua. I don't know. I had so many. Ramondre. Like, just so many guys just injured.
You know what we got to do real quick before we run out of time? We need to pick our Hail Mary $1 parlay. of
Oh,
the
that's
week.
right.
So,
right.
anybody doesn't know, we do this every week. We have not hit yet, shocker. But we pick every single game left on the slate for the week. Only money line and majority rules. So, since we have 4 of us today, we need somebody in the chat to be the tiebreaker if we tie. So, for instance, we go Commanders, Ravens. If 2 of us go Commanders, 2 of us go Ravens, the chat will be the tiebreaker. Ready? Good. Here we go. Commanders, Ravens, boys. I like the Ravens.
Ravens. This is money line.
Money line, yes.
Yep, this is money line.
Ravens.
Raven. All right. Bucks, Saints.
Bucks.
I like the Saints.
Bucks.
On the money line, I'm going Bucks.
Okay, that's fair. I saw that coming. Browns, Eagles.
Eagles.
Moneyline Eagles.
Colts, Titans. I like the
Titans.
Colts.
Titans.
Titans it is.
Okay.
Texans, Patriots. I'm going Texans.
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 All right. Cardinals, Packers. I'm going to go with the, oh, man.
I'm going to go with the Cardinals.
This
Cards.
game's, I said Cardinals too. So
I'm not even gonna say it then. I'm
know,
already
I know.
outvoted.
I think we're going to lose that one. He's
Packers.
never going to let us hear the end of it.
Yeah.
Chargers, Broncos. Oh, man. This is a tough one. God. I'll take the
I'm going
Chargers.
Broncos.
Broncos.
Wow, okay.
We have too many dogs, but
A lot of
Broncos.
dogs. I like this.
Should've
I
just
like having
picked the
dogs.
Packers, then you would have
Steelers,
been fine.
Raiders, Steelers.
Steelers.
Thank God. Falcons, Panthers.
Falcons.
Falcons.
Yeah.
Agreed. Lions, Cowboys. Now it'll get interesting.
Lions.
Cowboys.
Lions.
Let's go. Bengals, Giants. I gotta go Bengals, right?
Bengals.
And Bills, Jets.
Bills.
I'm gonna go
Bills.
Jets.
I'm going Bills.
All right, Bills it is. There we go.
I don't think it's gonna be pretty, but they'll get it done.
I'm surprised we didn't have to have any tiebreaker. That was shocking. Okay, ready? Here we go. All money line. Ravens, Bucks, Eagles, Titans, Texans, Cardinals, Broncos, Steelers, Falcons, Lions, Bengals, Bills. $12 parlay, $1 pays $347. That's our lowest so far.
That's all it pays.
That's all it pays. Plus $34,777.
That's all base.
That's all it pays.
Well,
Which
it's over
means
$1,000 less.
Might have a shot.
We have heavy favorites in the Eagles minus 420, Ravens minus 330, Texans minus 290, Falcons minus 275. I do have a couple suggestions if we want to goose it up a little bit. I mean, I think taking Colts could help us a little bit. Honestly, though, the rest, I can't take. I got Ravens all day. I got Browns, or I don't have Browns all day. I have Eagles all day. Yeah, there's not much. So
You could switch off the Falcons to the Saints. And the
I'm all
Colts.
for the Saints.
Adding
but-
the Saints and the Colts in there about doubles it. Puts that.
Big Web hates the Saints, so
$733.
that's
I don't
the
like
thing.
to see.
We are. Hey, I said that's the rules. Majority rules. That's what we got. So again, I'll read it one more time for everybody. Ravens, Bucks, Eagles, Titans, Texans, Cardinals, Broncos, Steelers, Falcons, Lions, Bengals, Bills. 12-leg parlay. $1 pays $347.78. I will be betting that. Don't put more than $1 on it. Good luck to everybody out there. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't like that one at all. At all. Like last week, I was like, yeah, we got a shot. This week, not a shot.
You just don't like the value. You don't like the ratio value.
You correct. It doesn't blow my skirt up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't get you too excited. You know what I mean? So
Hey, a betting partner of mine likes Houston minus 2.5, Philadelphia minus 2.5, Tennessee plus 3.5, and Drake May over 30 yards rushing.
oh my God, that Tennessee bet is just gross. I hate I hate the Tennessee Colts game in general. I just can't do it. Let's see. Sermon, Dobbins, or Ford. That's from Hayden. Sermon is starting today for the Colts.
Dobbins or Ford.
And
Dobbins.
who's the starter? Gus Edwards is out for the Chargers, so Dobbins is the guy today. So I will go Dobbins as well. Let's see. Life on the Wild Side, big Bills fan. Or might have just been picking the game. Thoughts on Noah Brown? That's from Bud. Is he on the Commanders?
Noah Brown.
I really don't even know. I know the name, but
He did sign a decent free agent deal. I can't remember with who. I think it is the Commanders.
Commanders?
I think you're right.
Okay, well, what about him?
Yeah. Clearly, we don't have very
We
strong.
don't have many
takes
thoughts
on
about
Noah
him.
Brown.
We're going to be
Cowboys.
bullshitting if we do.
No, Commanders. Yeah, Commanders. He was on the Cowboys. Now he's on the Commanders.
Pure news now. Get ready to lose next week. Lions boy. All right, thanks for that. Let's talk.
Lions boy.
Let's talk next
just
week,
some
there, baby.
Just some advanced shit talking. Who do they play next week?
I forgot actually. I'm focused on this.
Tune
week.
in next
I
week.
love this guy.
Minnesota. Oh, it's Minnesota. Yeah. That's
Lions boy.
Big Minnesota Lions boy. Come on back here, Pure News now. Let's go. We don't look past games, but you go ahead and get ready. I know you guys are on bye
He's
week.
already ready for it.
They're on bye week. I get it.
They're
I
on bye.
understand.
They're on bye.
Lions boy. It's gonna be a hell of a game if we get it done in Dallas today. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's see. A few more, then we'll wrap this one up here. I like that. Lions boy. Flex,
It's going to
Wicks.
stick.
Wicks are likely. That's from user 7497623.
Likely.
That's tough.
Likely? I'm going to go Wicks.
Rapid fire.
I'm gonna go waiver wire.
I'm going to go quick fantasy football.
Yeah.
Mike says Kraft, Moss, or Slayton at flex. Did you know Kraft played for the Green Bay Packers? Tucker Kraft.
I had heard that.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's
In
like
that one, I'm
He
gonna go
needs to
Tucker
get a
Kraft.
endorsement deal from them. By the way, plays for
Kraft singles?
plays for the Cheeseheads.
Kraft cheese.
Last
That's
name
perfect.
Kraft.
It's
That is a
perfect.
good idea.
It's a match made in heaven right there.
Perfect.
Perfect.
They can
Cheesehead.
slack.
Yeah.
It's dynamite.
I think we would go. So here's the thing with Moss is Chase Brown is questionable, but they expect him to play, and he's the guy now. Which thank God he's all over my fantasy teams. I think I would probably stay away from him. Now Slayton could be a good play with Neighbors out, but it is Daniel Jones.
That is true. It could be
Because the
Slayton's not
Bengals
bad.
defense kind of blows. So I'm gonna go Slayton. Actually, I'm changing my mind. Slayton. Okay.
I'll go Tucker Kraft singles.
I'd still say Moss.
Let's.
Yeah, we all gave him
see.
one different answer of the three. Great.
I know. Right? What's your most promising parlay today? It's from Life on the Wild Side. Big Web, let's go ahead and read yours one more time.
The money line parlay that I like is Houston, and as I look it up here, I've been pushing buttons for the last 15 minutes here. I got too many pictures.
You're good. If I put you in a bad spot, it's all
No.
good.
I like Atlanta, Cincinnati, the Packers, and Houston, all money line, and it pays like 3.5 to 1. Atlanta, Cincinnati,
I like that.
Packers, Houston,
I like that. That's a good.
just
one.
to win the games.
There you go. Charles says, love your content. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, man. You can follow more, so I do NFL kind of funny quick hit videos on Sleeper Weber. You can check it out, Sleeper Weber on TikTok and also on Instagram. Got our first viral clip on Sleeper Weber this week, so that was good to see. From the 50, we do this every single Sunday, 10:30 a.m. CT, all the way up until kickoff. However, this is the perfect time for this announcement. Moving forward, because of certain circumstances in personal lives, we will have to record certain weeks, which actually starts next week. So want to keep everybody inclined to go follow the YouTube channel. So what will happen is we'll record the show. We will premiere it at 10:30 a.m. CT like we go live and put it on YouTube on Sundays sometimes. It's just the way it works. Like, listen, life happens. We're not here full time. If you guys want to pay us $1 million to do the show, we'll be here every single Sunday on the dot and do plenty for you. We'll do 4 hours of content. The deal is it's not the case right now. So we love doing the show. If you love From the 50, we appreciate it. But we will not be live next week on TikTok. And probably next year, it's going to be a lot of recorded stuff. So I really encourage you to go to our YouTube channel. Our link is in the bio to see all of our links. Go follow YouTube. We'll premiere the shows on Sunday mornings if we are not live. And I will announce prior to that week, for instance, today for next week, that we will not be live on that particular week. Just the way it is, hoping it changes, and hoping we can be live most of the time. But some things, come up and we can't do it. So please go follow the YouTube channel as well, and make sure you catch all the shows every single year as we continue to do this, because we've been doing this this is year 6. We plan on doing this for plenty of more years after this. Just need to kind of shift a little bit in the way we do things.
TJ pays us in Trident layers, so we have to make money. We have to find other ways to make money until he starts not paying us in Trident layers.
I make $1 million a year,
Yeah.
but these guys get Trident.
So
That's right. That's
we've
the
got
problem.
stuff that we got to do. For example, I get to fly to Boiling Springs, North Carolina.
Is that
That's
right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Good times.
Wow.
Boiling Springs, North
Yeah.
Carolina.
Never heard of it before, like a month ago.
Put your toe in there.
What university is up there?
Gardner Webb.
Wonderful.
Gardner
I'm
Webb.
driving
be
to Austin,
Gardner Webb.
Texas.
They never called me that.
Yeah, right.
The Georgia Bulldogs and the Texas Longhorns next Saturday.
That'll be a good one. Yeah, Texas. Well, real deal, man. Real deal. Or Oklahoma just sucks. I don't know which one's which.
Oklahoma.
But anyway, yeah, go follow us everywhere on all the socials. It's once again online webercontent.com/from the50 will be recorded next week, and make sure you check out the show on YouTube. I don't think there's any other announcements, boys. Anything else before we wrap it up? Big Web.
I hate football, but let's give it another shot this week.
I love that. We should make a T-shirt with that. That'd be
I
fantastic.
hate football, but let's give it another shot.
Nick, any last minute thoughts?
Jags suck.
Love that. Yep, Jacksonville.
I could second that.
Awful today. All right, that'll do it for Ace, for Nick Yale, for Big Web, and for Zook. I'm TJ Weber. We will see you guys next week recorded. So make sure you check out the socials and go follow us on YouTube. Show will be recorded next week.
I just know someone's going to be like, why aren't they reading the comments?
I know, 100%. So everybody enjoy it. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you next time. Have a good week 6.